Hey, welcome back to D1 V8 Motorsports. We're going to do some real mechanic work out in the shop here today. Shout out to my sponsor, Dick Arnold Racing. He sponsored me this sweatshirt, and it's a little chilly here today, so it's kind of nice to have a sweatshirt on. So I will be taking it off and changing for the mechanic work so that I don't get it soiled. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to tear this thing apart. We found some surprises when we pulled the drain plug out to do the oil change this year. Some unplanned maintenance looks like it's going to happen, or repairs. Stay tuned, watch till the end. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right, I thought I would stop the time lapse and show you guys what I'm fighting with here. I've done this before. I've had the intake off of this car before it got powder coated at Salem Powder Coating, as did the valve covers. Video from a couple of years ago. But this thing has that Ford style cap, and it's got the distributor hold down bolt way under there. And I've kind of messed with the length of the bolt. I had a real hard time getting it out the first time and then getting it back in there after the powder coating. And then it actually was a little loose one time. I was setting the timing, which you don't do there anyway. It's got a crank trigger, but I think I ended up phasing the rotor and I got it tight and it was good. I mean, it's been in there for a couple of years. But I want to replace the lifters, and also I'll show in this video too some chunks of little small bushing looking thing. Well, I'll show you right now. Came out in the drain plug. So this is what we're searching for. The oil filter was clean, but that's what came out on the drain plug. And one thought was distributor bushing based on the size, but if you look at the one piece right here, this one, that's pretty thick, and the center of that's pretty small. So my buddy George Burns suggested that might be the cam button. So we're gonna pull the intake, we're gonna look at the distributor, see how the bushings look on the distributor, and we may end up digging way into this thing to find those pieces or where they came from. So stay tuned. This could be interesting. This engine's, if it's a camshaft, the engine's coming out, obviously. And so that could be exciting for next year because, you know, you can't leave it alone. It's going to have to go faster. All right. Had to turn it on video for the victory. This thing fought me and fought me. Still fighting a little bit. So there's a stud and a nut actually for this thing. But we won. And we can confirm, I'll show the camera, the bushings in the distributor are intact. Not only that, you can see some more chunks on the distributor. So you experts out there, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what's wrong. Comment if you can, if you want to. Let me know what you think. Something's definitely wrong inside this beast. It's not the distributor. So the easy thing wasn't it. And also, if you're watching and your name's Doug Cook, Motion Raceworks, or you're some kind of fabricator, how can I improve that distributor hold down situation? If I keep that big distributor, I'm gonna fight this forever because you just can't get to it. So Might get a different distributor. Maybe I'll get the smaller housing, Chevy style. Yeah, I don't want to fight this again. So we'll see what we do here, but that's got to improve. All right, well, you get to find out, and I find out, just in case there's any chunks under here. No. Nope. Looks really clean. Not too surprised. I'm pretty sure at this point, the chunks are going to be from the cam button, and as you saw, we got some off the distributor gear. So, looking like we're going to be tearing way into this thing. Let's get the other side off here. Let's see. Yep. Everything in the trough of these AFR heads looks really clean. So, that's not it. So dig deeper. The intake is going to be tough to get off. It's glued on there. And so I'm not going to video that struggle, but basically try to slice the sealant on both ends of the intake, and then you're going to have to pry it up. It's Felpro gaskets and all that, but I always glue around the, not glue, but RTV around the water jackets, like I think a lot of guys do. And so that makes the intake tough to get off. But probably kill it there, post this up, and we're gonna keep digging in until we find out what's wrong. And stick around, stay along for the ride, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right, well, I'm surprised. The intake wasn't as ugly as I thought it would be, and it popped loose here, kinda. So you get to find out when I find out. I'm not sure we're gonna even see it here, but let's take a look at the valley. I'll peel the camera off of here and show you once I get this settled. Basically, I sliced the front and back of the gasket just a little bit and got things off of there. Not seeing anything just yet. Take a look with me. Stellar camera work here. We will zoom it in, show you a look at the valley. Give it your inspection. Let me know in the comments, what do you see? First glance, I'm not noticing anything way out of whack there. Unfortunately, I think this motor's coming out. We're gonna have to pull the timing cover. But here, exclusive. Let's look at something. These rusty bolts have been bugging me since I got this car. So if we pull it apart, those will be replaced with our favorite ARP. Again, great camera work. ARP stainless. So it's the little things. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And then of course, I'll share all the specs, and then it'll be interesting to see what this thing does next year. Assuming we upgrade it, what did it go? 954 at 140 last year. So freshened up clutch it'll have in 25, and it looks like it might have some freshened up pieces in the motor. Thanks for watching. Just a little view of the scene here. Working on the old 55. Look at that organization of those pricey ARP bolts. Quality costs money, people. Made in the USA. Oh, look at that Buick. And here's what we're dealing with. We found these chunks on the drain plug. There's a few of them there. And my buddy George Burns, I think, called it last night. He thinks it's part of the cam button. So gonna go ahead and probably tear the engine out of it. Look at those valve covers, powder coated. Salem powder coating, nothing but the good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna take a break now, run some errands, but slowly but surely, we'll get the old motor out of there, and we were gonna pull the bell housing and transmission anyway, so looks like we're gonna gut this thing and figure out what's wrong, get it fixed up, and hopefully go faster next year. We'll see. Stay tuned.